I witnessed a shooting today. My boyfriend's little brother is in 5th grade and had a trunk or treat event tonight. My boyfriend and I decided to stop by and hang out for a bit. We parked the car and walked up to the event. We spotted their truck and started walking towards it when we heard what sounded like a firecracker or some sort of firework. It hadn't even been 5 minutes that we were there. My boyfriend understood what it was before me, pushed me, and yelled, "Run!" He dragged me by the arm, and before I started to run, I looked back and found where the sound came from. I still have the distinct vision of the gunman holding the gun in the air and firing another 6 shots. That's when I realized that my boyfriend was right, and I held onto him and ran. My boyfriend called 911 and about 8 cop cars showed up within 2 minutes. Luckily, some dads at the event tackled the guy and held him on the ground. The sight of desperate parents looking for their kids still haunts me. If my boyfriend had not grabbed me, I don't know what I would have done. In the end, the police arrested the guy. Allegedly, not sure, but everyone says it's true. We found out he is a cop and has 2 kids at the school. He is going through an ugly divorce, and his now ex-wife called the cops before and warned them that he was going to show up and possibly do something. We also found out that the gunman had whispered in one of the attendees' ears, "You're all going to die," which caused the disturbance. I feel like I'm still in shock. I'm grateful for my boyfriend and that no one got hurt. Everyone was okay. I just don't know how I can erase the fear on people's faces from my mind as well as my own. My teeth were chattering and my legs were shaking with fear. My boyfriend just kept hugging me. I know it could have been a lot worse, but actually living what we all see on TV is a different feeling. My girlfriend is traumatized. My girlfriend and I of 5 years went through a pretty bad event. It happened about 6 months ago, and I don't want to rush her recovery or make her feel like a burden, but I mostly just want to know how I can help her. To explain, my girlfriend is 20 years old and I, male, am 21. I have a friend who is 27, which he wasn't ever really my friend, but more really a friend of friends. 6 months ago, I had a serious argument with him outside his motel room. I don't know why he was in a motel room that day, but he is a really sketchy guy, so I didn't want to know. Anyways, the argument was about how he kept making sexual comments towards my GF. I told him I didn't like it and he needed to stop. He would always say stuff like, "She should be with someone like me," what I would do to have her in my bed. He told me that I should just suck it up and be glad he's not trying to steal her from me. A little after, the argument gets more intense and we are both about to get physical. My girlfriend comes to check in on me since I left her waiting in the car since I didn't think it was going to take long. This guy sees my girlfriend and laughs, takes her into his room by force, and locks me out, and opens the curtains. He's super massive and I can't stand a chance against him. I'm watching him throw my GF on the bed and get violent with her as she's sobbing and fighting as much as she can. I'm screaming for help and trying to break down the door, but no one is around. After a minute, I eventually got the door open with a fire extinguisher in my hand, and the first thing I did was hit him as hard as I could with it over his head. To this day, I wish I settled this with other people around. My girlfriend is okay, physically. He had punched and hit her, but he was about to rape her. We called the cops and explained everything. After, I found out that I had ended up killing him, but I wasn't jailed since I was found innocent for protecting my girlfriend. Now 6 months later, I'm still so shaken up by everything, but I can't even imagine how my girlfriend is. She is in therapy and in support groups, but I can still tell she isn't okay. I want to be there for her. I love her so much and it hurts that I put her in that situation. Even if it wasn't my intention, I didn't think about how anything could go wrong. Should I consider this cheating? I've been in a long-distance relationship with my girlfriend for almost 1.5 years. I love her and things have been going fairly well. Tonight while she was asleep, I was checking her phone gallery to see the pics she took of us today. In that moment, a bad idea crossed my mind. I've never been able to trust anyone at all, but with her I'm trying my best to do it. The thought of checking her DMS and text messages still haunt me every day though. While she was asleep, I started scrolling down in her old DMS. I found this chat with a guy that also lives far away from her who she once told me she knew, but they never had even talked. I started reading the chat and I realized that she was telling him stuff like that he was always gonna be the only guy she would have wanted and that she dreamt of marrying him and all stuff like this. I checked the date and it was in the same time me and her were already talking and pretty seriously. In that period, we had just tried ghosting each other for a couple days, because none of us wanted a long distance relationship, but she wrote me back because she couldn't stay without hearing from me. 1 week after that, I went to meet her, and it was like if we were already together after we texted for like 4 months every day. Fast forward 1.5 years, I'm here laying in a bed with her next to me, and my main thought is, what if that other dude went and met her before me? Did she choose me because she loves me, or just because I arrived first? I definitely need to hear some other thoughts. Thank